Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we are starting something completely different because, well, you know, we always need to try different things and keep things fresh. So today we are starting a half read not forgotten. So this is my interpretation of how my life works. So my reading life works is that I will start reading a book and then our reservation will come in, or I will see something in Waterstones or all of that malarkey, and then I will stop what I'm reading, put it down and start reading something else. So therefore then I end up with loads of unfinished books floating around. So that's what this video is all about. Okay, so we are going back, we are looking at Half Read Not Forgotten. So our books for this time, some of them will come up as a picture beside because some of them need to go back to the library. So I've done the intro last. Probably should have done it first, but you know, I'm still learning this whole vlogging game. So the contenders that we have for this book, I'm going to go read it up so I get this right. So we have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, The Illustrated Mum by Jacqueline Wilson, and the main reason that I am reading this is because her next adult book is going to be a follow-up to The Illustrated Mum, and although I read it as a child, I kind of want to give it another try. So Wish You Were Her by Elle McNichol, which is her NetGalley one. Mrs. Porter Calling by AJ Pearce. Following the Moon by James Norbury. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, When in Rome by Sarah Adams, and The Starlight Air by Amelie Howard. So those are our half read for this, well, I say for this video. I may not get through all of them. I have got a week off work, so I am going to give it a damn good try. And yes, let's see how this pans out. So the first book we're going to be finished doing is Fourth Wing. So Fourth Wing I decided to read because I had to go and out on a work trip and I had to update my laptop. So I took Fourth Wing with me. So I'll insert the footage here of how me getting to the Fourth Wing. I did finish Fourth Wing the day after I got back from Reigate. Hello all, welcome to me walking across Reigate and trying to find the building I'm going to. So I've got Google Maps going through my ears, so I'm sorry for the terrible angle, but I'll turn it around because it's all very green. It's very green. So this is the Reigate Tunnel. But anyway, we're here for a little bit of Surrey walking, but we're also going to go over the book. So I'm not going to wave it because I'm already getting some very funny looks from people because I'm walking and talking to myself. But Fourth Wing, so I'm about just over 100 pages in now, and I'm finding it a relatively easy read. I say easy read, it flows very well, like I was expecting it to. But with this we meet Violet, who her family are very high up, let's put it that way, in the college that they're all in. So, always going to be an echo now because I'm in a tunnel. But her brother's died and her sister is a dragon rider and she was to be a scribe. But that's just not the done thing in their family, so they are having, so she's literally starting the dragon riding process. So she's in the process, she meets Xaden and Jack, who, let's face it, she's made her family have made enemies rather than her specifically, but obviously she's the target because she's the easy target because she's trained to be a scribe rather than training to be a dragon rider. So you met some. She's got a good friend now, Rhiannon. Oh, Google's telling me something. Turn right. I'm trying to sneeze. And it's raining a bit, but never mind. So I have to turn right at the end of this road, I think, and then we'll go back to the book. So there's the whole town centre. Oh, that's interesting. I think I'm starting to recognise it. So, I can't remember if it said right or left. I think it said left. It'll tell me off if I've done it wrong. But anyway, so she's now met Rhiannon, who is a redhead, and I quite like it when there's a strong redhead in the book. I don't know, I think I'm a little bit biased. I might actually just go and check that I've turned the right way. Nope, turns out I have done it wrong, so we're going to go back a little bit and then cross the road. So we're not turning, I suppose we are turning a little bit left, just not very left. Ugh. This week Google confuses me, I do things too definitively. Anyway, so she's met Rhiannon, who is you probably can hit all the traffic, who is a very strong redhead, which I like, and she wants to support Vi in what she's doing because they're friends and she doesn't seem to care where they come from. So, yeah. Then she's also met Dane, who has clearly been there for the whole of her childhood, and they look like they were childhood best friends because he helped her with when her brother died, and he supported her when Mira signed up to be a dragon rider, and he's very much helping. Oh, there's water stones over there. That's not a good idea. I'm gonna have to put it in there on the way back, just to have a look, not to buy anything, but just to have a look. But it looks like a nice water stones as well. So I was back to the book. So he was there for everything. So he literally knows everything about her, and he wants to help her succeed, or failing that, get her out and be a scribe, which is what she wanted to be in the first place, which is what her dad was, who passed away. He had a heart attack just after her brother died. So all in all, it's quite an informative book so far. I've only been reading it an hour, so we'll see how it goes. I probably need to turn in a minute. Oh no, I don't. I think it's just a run. So yeah, that's about all I've got to tell you about the book at the moment, and I'm trying not to get lost in Reigate. We'll see, but I will catch up with you later once I've done what I need to do. Okay, so fourth wing, one down. God knows how many to go. So now it's the Illustrated Mum that I'm listening to that one. So, and I do like to have a doze while I'm listening. Half doze. Still listening. Still paying attention. So it's chilling and listening, I'm calling it. I'm calling it chilling and listening. So, onwards to the Illustrated Mum.
See him. I don't always want to see my dad either, said Oliver. Dolphin, do you promise I could come?
So my thoughts on the Illustrated Mum. So I'd read the Illustrated Mum before. I read it when I was a child. When I heard that Jacqueline Wilson was doing another adult novel, I really loved Think Again. It really did bring back my childhood memories because I did grow up as a teenager with Elle and Magda and Nadine, and it was really a really good book. It could have gone pear-shaped. It didn't. I thought it was really good. So I'm quite excited. I've even ordered the second one, which is like a bit mad, but I've ordered the second one. So that'll be arriving hopefully on the day it comes out. So I decided to reread the Illustrated Mom because, you know, when you've read something 20, 25 years ago, that shows my age, then you kind of feel like you just need to give it a quick reread before you can have time to reminisce. So the second one is out in August, and by the sounds of it from the blurb, so in the Illustrated Mom, the mum, oh, I've forgotten her name already. See, this is the ADHD kicking in. It's like I've forgotten the mum's name already. I remember the kids' names. Oh, I'm gonna need to go and find out now. No, that's not right. Let's go and find Amazon. Amazon usually is the answer to all of our... Marigold. Didn't even need to get to Amazon. Ta-da. The brain still works. So Marigold has loads of tattoos. She's not the best mum in the world, and they've moved from boyfriend to boyfriend to, you know, and she's got 2 kids, Star and Dolphin. So both their dad's names are called Mickey because she likes the first Mickey, who is Star's dad, and he comes back into their lives. But he doesn't want Marigold. He literally wants to look after Star, who's his daughter. And he was also willing to take on Dolphin because obviously you don't leave one behind. And my battery's about to go. That's better. How rude was it to run out of battery while I was talking? I mean, come on, get a grip. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so Star's dad, Mickey, has turned back up and he takes Star with him to Brighton. He wants to take Dolphin, but Dolphin won't leave Marigold. So she ends up staying behind. Yeah, and then she wants to go and find her dad, who's also called Mickey. Yeah, it gets quite confusing for a kid's book. But it was very good all the same. If you want to see any of my more in-depth reviews for these books, then I crochet a square for every book that I read that goes into a big book blanket for 2024. 5. Remember what year we're in for 2025. And then you get more in depth about the characters and the books and the reviews. I mean, I try not to put spoilers in my general videos, but there might be spoilers in the review sections. Yeah, so that's the Illustrated Mom. So we are now 2 down. Okay, so it's now Monday? Yes, Monday. And today I am tackling Wish You Were Her by Elle McNichol and Mrs. Porter Calling by AJ Pierce. So I'm actually very close to the end of both. And as I say, it's a day off, so to be honest, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to finish both. So, going over Wish You Were Her by Elle McNichol. So Elle McNichol is one of my favourite authors, mainly because her main characters are usually neurodiverse, which means you've got something you can relate to. I feel like I can really relate to the characters in the book. Okay, so in Wish You Were Her by Elle McNichol, the main character Allegra, who is autistic, is a star. She does a lot of social media work. She is an actress. She is very well known, and she's back in Lake Pristine, which is where the last book was set. This is where she lived. Her dad has a bookshop here, and they have a Lake Pristine book festival. So she has come back to help with the book festival, stay for the summer, you know, try and see. She's only 18, so it's a case of trying to find out what a normal life really feels like, because she's only ever been in the public eye for a good few years, so she doesn't really know what it's like to be 18 and, you know, just living life, as it were. So yeah, that's how that rolls. And then she has been emailing with it's somebody that works at the shop. We know that, but we don't know who it is. It's one of the boys. There's 2 males there's 2 boys that work there that are both 18, and it's one or other of those. And yeah, I'm not going to give away too much more because otherwise that spoils it. And I try not to put spoilers in the general videos. So yes, that's Wish You Were Her. The other one that I've read is Mrs. Porter is Calling. This is the 3rd in the set of the Emmy Lake Chronicles. They're a little bit historical. They're based around the war. I don't normally read things that are based around the war, but this one's actually has gripped my attention. It's based in a small magazine. So they're basically they all work in a magazine, but they're all sort of living in certain places. They've all got 2 jobs. They're all sort of, it's very wartime. You know, they talk about rationing quite a lot. And the whole aim of the exercise of this magazine, it's for women to be able to feel, you know, it gives them recipes of what to do with their rations. There's like a self-help page, like, you know, where you can write in. That probably shows my age because you probably can't do that anymore. But yes, so there's all of that. This is book number 3. So Emmy is quite high. I say quite high up. She looks after the readers' pages, so that's where they send their letters in. Mrs. Porter arrives because the chap who owned the magazine has passed away, and he has left it to his, I think she's his niece, and she's taking over, but she doesn't like it the way it is. She likes it. She wants it to be different. She wants it to be, you know, like, I want to say like OK Magazine. There wasn't OK Magazine, or Hello. They weren't there in those days. But she wants it to be glamorous and goes over weddings and all that malarkey. But that's not what the customers want. So yeah, there's a little bit of conflict, and it's how they deal with the conflict alongside the war. Bunty finally falls in love in this one, which is amazing. That's Emmy's friend. And yeah, I don't want to give too much away because otherwise it gives away the spoilers. But it was a beautiful book, and I've got the last one, Dear Miss Lake, on NetGalley at the moment, so I'm going to be starting that in June, and I'm really sad because it's the last one. The 4th one is the last one as far as I'm aware, so yeah, it's going to be one of those, it's the last one, and I think it's going to be a tearjerker. I mean, Mrs. Porter Calling was very, very much so. So yeah, that was very much a tearjerker, but I really enjoyed it, so I would definitely recommend that one. Okay, so it's now Thursday, and I can't work out how many books we're on now. We have done 4, and I finished another 3. So we are going to be at 7 books, or at least 7 completed books by the end of this video, which is quite exciting. It's nowhere near all of the half-read books in my life, but I do feel like it's made a really good dent. So it's almost like we've done this once, we'll just keep doing it until the books go back, and it's like, you know, you just one at a time. So yeah, so it's all very exciting. If you're loving this whistle-stop tour of my reading week and my reading vlog, and obviously I'm still learning, so please take that into account. It's the first time I've ever done a video that's actually a vlog, which has been done over multiple days, so it is literally a learning curve. But if you like what you see, then please like, subscribe, do the YouTubey things. There will be, my Square videos are a little bit behind at the moment, so it will be probably about a month before you see these Square videos. Either that, or I may speed them up and do them quicker. I don't know, it depends on how many books I get through, because at the moment I think I'm going to get to the end of the year before we finish the blanket, so I may be speeding it up just a tad. So at least then people can pick and choose which books they want to watch the reviews of. So anyway, we have another 3 books to add to the pile. So I read Following the Moon by James Norbury. So this was more of a coffee table book. It wasn't so too many words per page, but my God, were they powerful. It was very self-help. It was very well-being. It was very much... it was just very much. It was just, oh my God. You know, there was a wolf and a little dog. And the little dog is trying to find its mum. And oh my God, it was a journey. It was a journey through the wind, the rain, the snow, through the day, just literally following the moon. So I don't want to give too much away. As I say, I don't like putting out spoilers on my channel. Well, not in the general chitty chatty videos anyway. So yeah, that was Following the Moon. But then, my God, that was deep. That was very deep, but a very good read all the same. So going from a very deep read, we now have 2 bits of, I would call them not fluff, they are more romance than they are anything else. So there's been quite a nice little separation of genres in this video, which I felt had been quite good, but it's literally been by luck. Don't, it's not a case of getting too excited, it is literally by luck rather than anything else. But the next one is Icebreaker. So this is the first one. It's by Hannah Grace, and it is it's the first book in the Maple Hills, so it's like a college series. And in this one, Anastasia, or Stacey, I keep calling it Stassi because it's how it's spelled, and Nate. So Nate is on the ice hockey team, and Stacey is a figure skater. So they both use, because of where they are, one of their rings gets trashed, they have to share, and Stacey has a figure skating partner called Aaron, who is a prat. We're just going to call her a prat because at the end of the day, I mean, I'd like to call him something else, but this channel is clean. But he is an absolute idiot, let's be honest. He is nasty, he takes over, he tells her what to eat, he tells her she's heavy all the time. He is a nasty piece of work, is Aaron. But Nate is absolutely lovely, so we kind of get the balance. So yeah, the book goes on how they fall in love, how they deal with everything, and it was just adorable. If you ever need a nice love story, that and The Favourites. That was another good one for a very lovely love story. They were both skating books. I don't know whether I've got a thing now for skating books. Maybe. I don't care. I just read what I like, and that's what I do. So yeah, there's another 2 books in this series. So I've got them in my I bought them, so they were in my last Tesco haul. So yeah, I'll be fitting them in somewhere because I'm very, very intrigued by what happens next. I think we then focus on the next people. I don't think it carries on with Stacey and Nate, but it was absolutely lovely. There was ups and downs all the way, so you feel like you're living the lives with these people, and that's kind of the best way to have a book, to be honest. So yeah, I think she did a great job. So on to I want to say the last book of this video, the last finished book of this video, and that is When in Rome, and that is by Sarah Adams. So, to cut a long story short, I saw the cover for the 3rd book in this series and looked at it and thought, oh my god, wouldn't that make a beautiful square? I don't have a lot of green. I'll put a picture of the new one coming out soon up here. And I was like, oh my god, it is green, it is going to make a lovely square. And my friend Emily, she told me that these were really good. So I thought, right, I've got a recommendation and I've got a love for the covers. Let's just go full throttle. So I ordered it in and I ended up reading it on the bus home one night. I think it was 2 trips. So there and back, I ended up finishing When in Rome. And once again, it was a nice love story. I can honestly say, this is like one of my favourite tropes, probably apart from ice skating at the moment. Ice skating I'm really into at the moment, but I quite like ones that are musical. So Amelia, who is also called Ray, her stage name is Ray, she is a singer and she's starting to go into a bit of a slump. So she then decides to go away. She's a big Audrey Hepburn fan, so she ends up in Rome, Kentucky, because her favourite film is the Audrey Hepburn film in Rome. So she then meets, I've got to try and remember his name now. Oh, but he was really sweet now. Yeah, so her favourite Audrey Hepburn film is The Roman Holiday. I've not seen it, so I've got no idea. And then she breaks down on Noah Walker's driveway. So he takes her in. He owns a pie shop, which is quite interesting. But his sisters also, two of them are teachers, and one of them owns the flower shop, which is next to the pie shop. So it's all very small town. I love the fact that she's a singer. She's about to go on tour, so this is her break before she goes on tour, and it's just, I just love it. I just love the feel good and the ups and downs again. I definitely think I preferred Icebreaker, but When in Rome was definitely a very good second choice. So the only other book that I've started is The Starlight Heir by Emily Howard. It's now the 30th of May. I wanted to try and finish it before the end of the month. I may not do that, so it may go into June's, but we will go over the start of the book just at the end of this, you know, just next on this video. Okay, folks, so at the moment that is it. That is our first episode of Half Read and Not Forgotten. I think it's been really successful. It's probably been more successful because I've had it's probably more successful because I've had a week off. So therefore it means that I've been able to do more reading. I probably wouldn't do this much reading if I was working. So yeah, I think that's been really successful. So I've got more books that I need to finish, and so we'll probably be here again. And to be honest, it goes in a cycle like this where I will just get a pile of books that I've half read. So this will not be over, but I have quite enjoyed reading. I mean, most of them I've been halfway through, so it's been an interesting experiment to just finish off all of these books. So if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, do the YouTubey things. You will find that there will be a crochet square for each of the books that I've read. So if you want some more in-depth reviews, then please feel free to view those videos. It will also show you the colours I've chosen from the squares, which are based on the book covers that I've read. So for the moment, I'm going to bid you goodbye. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.